Aether, designed by one of my personal favorite game designers and artists, Edmond and Tyler Glale. Aether received honorable mention at Indiecade in 2009 and had great reviews and inspired people with its unique art style. Both Edmond and Glale even wanted Aether to be released on the Wii for Nintendo. In Aether, you play as a lonely boy who finds an alien squid monster which he claims as his pet to explore the universe. The boy wonders if there are people with his problems like his own, and if there are more lonely people out in the universe. Edmond used his childhood experiences and fears for the theme of the game. Most characters you encounter express a feeling of discomfort that reflect Edmond's internal past. In the actual game, a lot of this dialogue are actually clues to solving the puzzles, but most of the time you can solve the puzzle without hearing the clues. Looking at the gameplay, it is easy to recognize they wanted the game to be for the Wii, because you maneuver through space by latching onto clouds and space rocks using your pet's tongue. Spider-Man web shooting mechanics sums it up best. The gameplay does take a little practice at first, and can make the game feel very slow, but that makes up for how short the game actually is. The objective of the game is to help people with their problems on 4 different planets. Most of these characters are unhappy in the story, and they never really change their moods even after you've helped them. The puzzles can take some thinking and are a little tedious to complete because of the game's mechanics. Aether isn't essentially the kind of game you can go in to expect to have a fun time. Jonathan Blow, creator of Braid, once said, "Not all games are meant to be fun." I feel that his quote fits in well for Aether. The game is not typically a fun game. What makes the game so great is its art style, story, music, and artistic symbolism. Of course, the word fun varies from person to person, so it may be fun for you or maybe not. The way Edmond used his childhood experiences and weaved them into the game for its plot is simply poetic. Like a poem, the game is short but beautiful and holds a strong message placed by the author for the reader to find out. The end of the game, after helping everyone on the planet, you return to Earth and break the Earth into tiny bits and pieces because it has gotten so small. It is then declared that the boy has escaped from Earth because his imagination grew boundaryless. The boy felt that he left a great impact on other people's lives, and it made him happy. It seems that none of what you actually did through the game actually happened. The entire game is set in the imagination of a lonely boy. The monster he rode could be a plush animal. It is never said. Those things are just assumptions. After the story ends, the game ends with "to be continued." As far as I know, there is not actually a second Aether game. The purpose of the game ending with "to be continued" is to show that the boy's life has just begun and he will have many more adventures coming towards him in the future. The game does not end with a protagonist reaching his goal. It ends telling the player that the boy in the game is very much alive.